How good is this spot? All the fish have to come into this one area. We can throw a mask and snorkel on and jump in. Yes, Fran! We're camping out on a remote group of islands, sleeping under the stars and living from the ocean. This place is surrounded by incredible marine life, so let's go and see what we can find. I've just come into this beautiful little bay and there's a set of mangroves behind us, and we can't swim in mangroves from where I'm from because it's just crazy with crocodiles, but here I think it's going to be safe enough, so we're going to throw a mask on and float up this little creek. The mangroves are a nursery for all sorts of little sharks and stingrays, so hopefully we can capture some of them on camera for you guys. Let's go, Fran. The mangroves are home to a whole heap of cool marine life, and it's where a lot of species first start their life. With the incoming tide, it allows some bigger animals in to explore and feed, like this cowtail ray that uses his electroreceptors to sense prey hiding under the sand. He loves eating crabs. There's some other big animals waiting for the tide. This guy's got a pretty interesting shaped head, hence the name shovel-nosed ray. Believed to be the oldest group of rays, this ancient creature has glided over sea floors for 100 million years, feeding on crabs, worms, and other fish doing their best to hide in the sand. A leopard stingray. Once he shakes off the sand, you can see his beautiful pattern. He buries himself in sand to camouflage and hide from the sharks. You may recognise this guy from a miraculous escape from the jaws of a hammerhead shark a few episodes ago. How good is this spot? So we spotted from the drone this big like natural aquarium that is on the top of the reef flat. So at low tide, all the fish have to come into this one area. From the drone it looks absolutely magic. So we're gonna throw a mask and snorkel on and jump in. We'll take you guys in a second. Look at this. You excited, Fran?
Excited. Come on, get ready.
Okay. It's amazing, eh? A lot of the bright and beautiful corals like being in the shallows where they can capture the maximum sunlight. But I like looking down in the dark caves where the bigger fish hang out. Now, who can tell the difference between these two species? Let me know in the comments. And this big mouth belongs to a Queensland groper. They can get massive and will eat pretty much anything and everything. I've even seen them eat stingrays and sharks. Let's head offshore into the deeper water to try find some even bigger animals. This choppy water shows there's some current here which generates a whole heap of life. From the tiny plankton, bait fish, and all the way up to the biggest fish in the ocean.
Simple tale. Oh, beautiful cray. Oh, look at that. Beautiful crayfish for dinner. That's awesome. Good teamwork.
Don't let it go. Back after another day. Today we had a fair bit of fun exploring around, and we ended up with that one really nice size eating crayfish. So that's going to be big enough to feed the three of us, which is awesome. Just such a cool looking animal, aren't they? And all right, now a bit of mind-blowing history for you guys. So these set of islands we're on, something crazy happened back in the 1950s, that right here was an explosion site of 3 nuclear bombs for the sake of testing out nuclear weapons. British forces, who were our allies in the war at the time in the 1950s, wanted to test the nuclear bombs. It was the phase, that was what was going on around the world, and this place was deemed that there was nothing good could come from this place apart from testing nuclear weapons on it. And it's just like mind-blowing to think that now. We just think this is absolute paradise. I'm sure you guys do as well. Like, clear water, thriving marine ecosystem. It's whale season at the moment, so there's just breaching whales everywhere, turtles, dolphins, sharks, and like, it's just an adventurer's paradise. But back in the 1950s, it was crazy times going on. We're just so fortunate now that we, you know, have got a level of security about us that we can come out and enjoy places like this and not have to worry about nuclear bombs at the moment. So crazy bit of history for you. So some of the islands previously you weren't allowed anywhere near them because they've still got radiation like seeping out, and now they've limited the access to like 1 hour per person per day until you get radiation limit. So pretty crazy stuff. Time to clean up this crayfish for dinner. Depending on how recently shed his shell, come out nicely. Sorry guys, we had some camera issues here and missed the crayfish cook up, but I'll have you know it was bloody delicious. The next morning we're up early and straight back into it. Before we get going, I just wanted to share something really cool with you that we've been watching behind us. So the last few days we've been paying attention to this eagle's nest, and this morning this eagle's once again out hunting, doing a bit of fishing. So we're just gonna sneak up and have a little bit of a closer look. The eagles put their nests in the hardest to access place to get them away from those goannas. And we saw what the goannas do to those eggs. So the eagles are one step ahead of the game and they go for the most inaccessible spot. Got to cross Stonefish Alley here to get to the other side. Goanna proof ledge where they can't get up. How sharp these rocks are. Some nice oysters as well. So the main thing we wanted to show you, we saw this eagle take out another bird, like out of the sky. He's very much the king of the sky. So as we're making our way up to the nest here, there are these old remains, like skeletons of birds that he's eaten. He loves eating other birds, as well as fish and eels and those sorts of things. How amazing is that? There's 3 eggs in the nest there. And then the most impressive thing, I think, just to build this nest behind us on these islands, as you can see, there's no trees, so no twigs, no branches. So some of these sticks have come from far and wide. It's such an impressive architectural build from this eagle. The cool thing is they will actually use these nests for generations. So chances are
this exact eagle could have been born out of one of those eggs, you know, a generation ago. So that's really cool. He's also kind of just done the best with what's around him. He's used different parts of turtle shells that have washed up on the beach and broken coral and that sort of stuff. So once those eggs have hatched, there'll be a couple of baby eagles in that nest screaming for attention and for food. And we filmed some the other day. It was just absolutely incredible. Some of the coolest footage I think we've ever got of these two babies in the eagle's nest screaming for their mother and for food. And yeah, the mum came back with a fish and then broke it all apart, and it was really cool to get kind of up close and personal with that kind of a wildlife encounter. And I see him off hunting there in the distance, so I will get out of here so I don't spook him. Just wanted to say thanks for watching the episode, guys. There wasn't as much footage as we normally take. We were just kind of really enjoying not having the cameras on, hanging out with Jess. It's been a while since we all hung out, so I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless, and we'll see you in a couple of days when the next episode comes out. Cheers.